Hey yo, welcome back to the Wade and Saxby Show. We getting ready for this episode, episode 5. Yeah, it's a good one today.
I'm excited.
Practicing our freestyling, of course.
Yeah, you're getting really good.
Yeah, not really, but
They call him 21 Wade Savage.
But as soon as episode 3000 hits, love you 3000, I'll be good. Podcast number 5. We only have 4 up. You guys can figure that out. Yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks for supporting. Doing well.
We love you, our viewers. We know there's a handful of you guys that are dedicated to listening to us, and we really appreciate you.
Yes, we do. Tell your friends, right?
Yeah.
It is currently 12:15. We have stayed up till 3 a.m. Probably, I don't know. One night you didn't stay up, but I've stayed up till 3 a.m. the past 3 nights.
It's been the last 2 for me.
Yeah,
it's brutal.
It's been brutal, but
it's super fun, though.
It is fun. We're in college, right?
They call it college for a reason.
Yeah, college. I'm having fun. One of these times at 3 a.m., something peculiar happened.
I think every single time something peculiar
That is
happened.
true. Peculiar enough that we're going to talk about it today.
Well, the first thing that happened wasn't at 3 a.m., but it was last night.
Yes.
We decided we're hungry. We're gonna go to Wendy's.
Of course. Why
that's
not?
what everyone does.
What's your go-to meal at Wendy's?
Easy, 50 piece.
Okay, I get 2 4-for-4s.
I actually got the $5 biggie bag last time. Good deal.
Okay.
There's only 4 nuggets. Really
But
disappointing.
that's not why we're here. We're at
No.
Wendy's because afterwards go to the gas station, right? Music's playing. If you've ever been around Wade Francis and music, what is he doing?
Well, let me be specific. Not just regular music. We're talking 2010.
2010
The 10s.
hits.
This is. I mean, we're not listening to like. I love John Mayer, but we're not listening to John Mayer.
No,
We're not listening to Adele.
No, this is 2010 hits, aka Wade's favorite station, aka Jamtown, Boomtown, Dancetown.
Featuring which artists?
Featuring, I don't know music that well.
Who? Sean Kingston.
Sean Kingston,
Justin Bieber.
Beautiful Girl,
Katy Perry.
Yeah, that's now the scene's set.
Yeah.
I'm in a gas station, showing off my moves. We are with Matthew Saxby, Jake, Caroline, Grace, and Wade, and a stranger is soon to appear. I'm out here dancing.
What's going through your mind?
Well, I'm doing the sprinkler, right? I'm doing the sprinkler, doing the disco, and this janitor comes up to me, and he says to me, just gives me a fist bump away and goes, "I'm really liking your moves. You want to go over there and dance for me?" And I was like, that's what he said, right? He's like, "You want to go over there and dance for me?"
But can I get on? He basically said, "Can I get you on video dancing?"
Yeah, okay. I was a little flustered at the moment because a guy clearly smoking weed. Or smoked weed.
Previously, he smelled of marijuana or cannabis, as
Yeah.
the Native Americans would say.
Walks up to me and says, "Hey, can I video you dancing?" Also, something about me, you can acknowledge this a lot. I am a terrible dancer.
Wade, you terrible dancer.
I'm bad. And I'm like,
You're
okay.
not, like, you can dance on beat, though.
Yeah.
Like, you're not that bad.
But yeah, I'm still a white boy bad. But anyways, you get over there and he just keeps like pushing me to the side. And what's going through my mind at this point is he's getting me closer and closer to the bathroom.
Oh, I was worried.
Yeah, it was honestly getting bad.
Let's just switch into a hypothetical situation. Wade gets taken hostage in the bathroom by evil man who wants to do dirty
Let's
things
name
to him.
him.
You know what? Superhero Matthew Saxby and Jake King fly into Wade's rescue and would have brought this guy to Pound Town.
Brought the hammer on him.
Yeah.
But instead, he put me on, I think
Facebook Live.
Facebook Live. He started Facebook Live and said, "Hey man, drop some dance moves." And oh my goodness, I went through my whole
Arsenal. You even attempted the splits.
I attempted the splits. I did the toe tap.
I'm hoping we're going to try to insert clip.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I did the sprinkler. It was, I don't know. I started stripping towards the end.
You took off your
I
coat.
took off my coat.
And then we were like,
and then I was like, yeah, I should
calmed
probably step off this.
So then that wasn't the weird part. That was just funny. This guy needed some entertainment for his night. He wanted to show the world what was going on in this gas station. What was weird was how after this, we had a full conversation with this guy.
Probably 15 minutes.
Yeah, at least. He was talking to us, very serious guy. At first he seemed like he was just goofing around, like, hi, having a good time, but he's a businessman, or at least he claims to be.
He had, one thing he said is he has a trademark.
A patent. He has a federal patent.
For a t-shirt design.
It's called kingship, queenship, brothership, and sistership. I did some research.
Oh.
It's the same logo.
Speaking of research, this guy did some research on you and asked for your phone number.
Yeah, no. He sent me his phone number.
Oh.
I friended him on Facebook because I had to.
Yeah.
He sent me his phone number. He asked me, we told him we have a podcast.
Well, of course.
I made it sound pretty serious because I like to do that. I told him we were going to interview D-Mike. Be on the lookout for that. I told him we were going to interview Jonathan Taylor. That's our dream guest from the Colts, which is going to happen as well. Hopefully episode 69.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a good episode 69.
But yeah, it was crazy.
And he really liked talking and showing us his works of cleaning, whether that was pools or houses.
Mm-hmm.
He showed us some pictures of his white van.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
We got in deep with him, dirty and deep. In this
Very deep. He talked about how he knows a guy who goes to Florida and plays on the football team.
Who knows a guy who knows a guy who goes to Oregon, who knows a
guy
who plays on the Colts.
Who was considering playing on the Colts. And because he brought that up after I told him about Jonathan Taylor.
You know what else we use at Wendy's?
Napkins?
Gift cards.
Wade, how could we use gift cards when they're not real money?
That is the topic right now. Gift cards are not real money. Let's be honest.
Think about this. If you're and a friend are going out to dinner. Subway. Let's say Subway.
Okay, hear me out. Subway, I love it. I'm going to get on a tangent here. Subway is one of the best restaurants I've ever been to. You get to create your own sub, you get to toast it, you get salt and pepper, honey mustard, ham, bacon, American cheese, Italian herbs, and cheese sandwich.
Like everyone else does.
Like everyone else does. All the time. But when you go to Subway in Upland, Indiana at a gas station, roughly 2 miles from Taylor, 1, 2, it is the absolute worst experience of your life.
Here's why. Well, I've never been to a Subway quite like the Subway. The first thing is that the employees don't know how to walk. Everyone there has a hip impairment. They all can't walk, so it takes them 30 minutes to walk to the counter where they're going to begin making your sandwich. The next issue is that they take half an hour to cut the bread and find it, and to put on their gloves.
It is rough. None of it. I have been there probably 6 or 7 times. I love Subway.
Big Subway guy.
And I only go to this one because I know the service will be
they
so
call
bad.
Him Subwade. That was funny.
That made me chuckle. But no, the service is so bad I want to go there. Last time I went there, I had 2 gift cards. I paid for half of my sandwich with one, and she said, okay, you have $5.98 remaining. I'm like, all right, I got that on my gift card, right? No. 10 minutes later, they say, hey, you still have to pay for the rest of your sandwich. Mind I add, this was 10 minutes, literally, and they still had not finished my sandwich.
Yeah, no, me and Jake and Wade went there the time before this.
Yeah.
It was 35 minutes from start to end from when we started ordering till when we got our sandwiches. And half of this was because, so I'm not poor. Okay, let me take that back. I am poor, but I have money on my debit card. I have enough money on my debit card
for a
foot-long sandwich. What, like $7?
Yeah, if you get a drink, maybe.
I promise I checked my account. I was looking not strong, but enough for a sandwich.
Not strong, but adequate.
Yeah, we're not, like, I had plenty of money.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a credit card that I have monthly allowance on from my parents, which also was not at that cutoff yet, so I know I had money on there as well.
Exactly, like one does.
Yes. At this gas station, none of my cards worked.
It was so funny.
She charged me about 5 times on both different cards, and I think their entire computer system didn't work.
Yeah, it was bad.
So Wade ended up needing to give me a gift card.
I am sitting around the corner.
So
I'm waiting for them to come over, and
it's been 10 minutes from the time you got your sandwich
I'm
until
listening.
when they finished.
I'm just laughing at you. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I turned the corner holding a gift card. I said, what did I say? Like,
Need a gift card?
no, I said, broke boy needs some help.
Oh no, that's what you said.
I turned the corner. I said, broke boy needs some help. And then Jake lost it. But then what was also funny is I did not have enough on my gift card to cover his sandwich.
Oh.
So then Jake had to pay. So all three of us tried paying for Matthew's.
It was really unfortunate. But the main point of all of this is not that Subway has terrible
No,
service.
it is that gift cards aren't real. Good.
Here's why. You go out with a friend to a restaurant. Let's say Subway. Start
Perfect
this over.
example.
But a good Subway.
Yes.
One of you's like, hey, I've got some relative, who knows who, gave
Grandma?
me probably grandma, maybe aunt,
Grandma Winnie. my
maybe
grandma.
friend. Grandma Winnie gave me a gift card to Subway Christmas, last Christmas, and there's still $15 on it. It was for $40, and now there's $15. Now, do you value that $15 drastically, or when you go to Subway, are you like, kind of just want to use it all?
You just want to use it all. There's not a time in my life, and maybe this is privilege speaking,
Okay.
that I've looked at a gift card and I've said, there's $15 on this, and there's $15 in cash that I have. Let me back up.
The only thing is better is an Amazon gift card.
If there's $20 on a gift card and $15 on cash, I'm taking the 15 cash.
I remember growing up, I would get gift cards for my birthday, and then I'd go to my mom and be like, Mom, I've got this $15 Chipotle gift card. I'll give it to you for $15 cash. And she gave it to me, and I go, yes! She ripped it off.
Yes, it's awesome. You know what aren't awesome?
What?
Art museums.
They're so bad, or are they the greatest thing ever?
Do you enjoy art museums?
See, I think it depends. Wade, let me just tell you something. I appreciate the arts. I'm a musician.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an artist.
For our visual listeners, there is an art thing on our board, and for our audio viewers, it is what is it?
Picture you're on the freeway, but not just any freeway. You're at the Indy 500. Your seats are vibrating as the cars speed past you every couple minutes.
Meow, meow.
Now you see a weird car drifting down the corner. It's that car on the Mountain Dew can with a face, a smile, a grin, and some cool colors. Now this car's got some smoke out of the back and some fire coming out of those pipes. That's it.
I thought I'd add some sound effects.
That's good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've actually been to a lot of art museums.
Our audio viewers are probably going to have had some ear rape there.
Yeah, that was definitely some, maybe not the best term, but a suitable term.
Okay.
As I was saying, I've been to a lot of art museums. Actually, over the summer, went to New York, and I went to like 3 or 4 or 5 art museums.
Really?
Yeah. Actually, I forget the name, but it was like, I think it's one of the biggest ones in the world, like the most famous.
The New York Art Museum?
Yep, that's close enough. But I was with my dad, he wanted to go, so we had these passes, get free.
What's your dad do for a living?
He's a gynecologist. We can get into that later. But anyways, I go
He
there.
can get into it later.
We go there and that was bad. We go there. We go there and they're just so bad. They're so boring, and all you do is just look around. The funniest part though was we went to this sculpture part, right? If anyone knows anything about sculptures, they're just all completely nude. And there was this one kid just running around. You know how you go in like high five circles? Like one person like runs around and high fives everyone?
Yeah.
This guy was high fiving every sculpture but
The genitalia.
the genitalia of the sculpture.
Oh.
He was just
My little brother went to DC. He sent every time he saw genitalia on a statue a zoomed up picture to our family group chat.
How old was he?
8th grade. The 8th grade
that's
DC
awesome.
trip, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Wade,
all schools have 8th grade DC.
DC
Every
trips.
one of them.
Yeah. You know, Wade, I like art museums. I think that sometimes
I
that
think-
if someone said, hey, Wade, what do you want to do this afternoon? Want to go to an art museum? I don't think that that's the most fun thing in the world.
No.
But I think that if you're forced to go to an art museum by your mom or a field trip,
It
if
can
you
be fun.
try to enjoy it, and you really start to investigate, dive into it, and devour those pieces, you really, I mean, when you start thinking about the amount of time it took, the amount of uniqueness,
Tears.
the story, the tear, the blood.
Yeah. No, I agree.
It's impressive. I took some art classes last year, and I didn't appreciate good art until I did that because it's hard.
Yeah. I'll admit, one thing I used to try really hard at, thought I was decent, and then realized I wasn't, was art.
Oh.
I joined this. I didn't join this art class. We had to take art class in high school, so I'm not gonna act like I did it willingly. But I took an art class, and my first few drawings, I was like, wow, these are really good. I didn't see anyone else's drawings.
Oh, that's how
Mine
I
were
felt.
by far the worst.
Yeah.
But then after that, I was like, okay, I can understand it, but I don't have to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think that's what a lot of it comes from.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You know, I love art museums. They're great.
Mm-hmm.
The interesting thing about art museums, though, how do you feel about like gory, gross like paintings?
I'm not into that.
Like, there's so many pictures of like dead people and like
Mm-hmm.
naked dead people. Like,
Yeah, like at the cemetery and
naked
stuff
dead
like that.
bloody people, like at the cemetery gravestones.
Yeah, I'm not into that fully, but
I think it's weird. I'm not a huge fan. I don't know why.
I would
people
rather
need to
be
do
there.
art
I'd rather be there in person rather than looking
with
at pictures of
dead, naked, bloody chick.
maybe a dead, naked, bloody dude, but that way it's less awkward.
You know, I get that.
Yeah, you get that.
That way, there's not that awkward like, you don't have clothes on. Moment.
Yeah, exactly. It's nothing to do with anything, but just like you know, clothes. That's a little awkward.
But like, if it was a dude, you'd be like, hey.
I'm like, you're dead, man. No, but I would rather go to a cemetery than look at pictures of cemeteries.
I hate
'Cause
cemeteries.
I feel like if people are looking at pictures of cemeteries, they're a weirdo. But if you're there, you're kind of there for a thrill.
I am terrified. Not because I think that I'm not scared. I think that it's weird to walk on top of dead bodies.
That is
And
fair.
especially at nighttime, the idea is weird. Not super, like, I don't think, like, a dead guy's gonna come out of the ground, but what if?
But what if? We were actually at a cemetery on one of these 3 a.m. nights we were talking about earlier.
2 nights ago.
2 nights ago. Quite a blast. Hometown friend, guy from the last episode, Gunnar Jones, was with us.
Yeah.
Um,
We were with Gunnar.
it was a very fun time. Jake loves cemeteries.
Jake was very giddy.
I've
never seen him giddier.
never seen him that crazy.
He was
Jake
so-
is one of our good friends. Most people listening or watching know, but if you don't, you'll soon to know him. We love our viewers, and we'll.
He'll
and Jake
definitely be
sometime.
on an episode.
But where I'm going with this is we're driving around one night, stealing signs like college kids do. We see this huge cemetery. It like goes on forever. I pull in because Jake's begging me. He sees this really, really cool thing,
Called a gravestone.
and he wants to touch it.
No, this thing, literally, demon angel.
It was a angel.
It was this typical. Okay, picture this: Harry Potter episode. This is, I think, the 4th book when there's the games, and then Cedric Diggory and Harry Potter touch the thing, and then they get transported to that grave, and then there's that big angel with the wings sticking out.
Sure.
Have you never seen Harry Potter?
No.
Okay. Well, I guarantee you everyone listening has. There's that big white statue that's in the cemetery there, and that's where Voldemort and all those people are chilling.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what this was. That's all I was thinking about.
And all we could see was Jake running up and touching it.
He said, "Stop the car."
Jumped out of the car, sprinted.
He said, "I'm gonna touch it."
Sprinted across the bodies and whoa, jumped on the angel.
No, I thought he was just gonna touch it. He jumped on
he
it.
jumps on it.
So
And
then Gunnar said, "I'm in."
And then after I saw Gunnar run over there, I was like, well, I'm not going to be the only one that doesn't touch it.
So then I was the only one that didn't touch it. And I stayed alone in the car, and I was terrified. But it didn't stop there.
No. So this cemetery was huge.
This is
And
literally 2 in the morning.
2 in the morning. We wanted to
Terrifying.
find what we thought were called...
Dead people.
well, yes.
You were there. You
They're
succeeded.
called mausoleums, I think.
Muslims.
No, we're not looking for Muslims. Mausoleums, it's like we're...
Museum.
No, let me finish. Mausoleums, it's like the above ground burials, like where they get in the building.
I'll look it up.
But we're driving around looking for, this is going to sound weird, but unlocked above ground things, crypts.
Crypts or niche.
Mausoleum, private family.
Mausoleum.
Mausoleum.
Or
Anyways,
sarcophagus.
we found a massive crypt, mausoleum, Muslim, whatever you want to call it, museum. It had an entire lineage of family in there.
I think those are where the cremations go. Maybe? No, caskets.
Caskets. There's bodies in there.
Oh, it's amazing. I love
And
that.
we wanted to get in, but it was locked, unfortunately. But we shined some lights in there, and it was, if you wanted to start a zombie movie, you would do it there.
Pause. Meanwhile, Matthew is sitting in the car, in the back left seat behind the driver's seat. All the windows are down. He is looking out to the right window, and then he has to check the left side, and then he has to check all the windows, but there's a glare because the car lights are on the inside, so I can barely see what's going on. But there's also just enough music playing that I can't fully hear anything. So if someone was, per se, coming at me, running at me, going to attack me, trying to scare me, Wade, if you were going to, I wouldn't know. So after about 3 minutes of uncomfortable terror, I finally worked up the nerves to attempt to unbuckle my seatbelt, scoot to the front seat to turn down the music so then I could listen to what was going on.
It was so funny.
I turned down the music, get back in my seat. This time I don't buckle because I want to be ready to get out of that car if I needed to. And like sprint away. And then I hear, "Get back in the car!" And I'm like, oh no. You're like, we heard something.
No, obviously.
Resume.
Obviously, when it's that laid out, everybody thinks you're gonna hear something, right?
But resume. Go back to where you were.
Oh no, we were just looking at the families.
Yes,
the
and then
7 or 8 caskets, and we turn around. At first, I was like, "Oh, there's a car coming down the cemetery," which that would be creepy. But no, there was this big bush to the side that was huge. It was one of those like scary thorn bush things. Probably just an animal, but at the time, 2 a.m, cemetery.
Guys, we're 3 miles deep into the cemetery.
Yeah.
It's massive.
Touching gravestones.
It's super sketch.
Probably causing a curse. Also, do you think it's wrong to touch a gravestone?
I think that disrespectfully it is.
I was thinking that a little bit, and I was like, it probably could be.
Like, I think that I would only feel comfortable touching someone's gravestone if I was laying flowers on it, or if I was, like, paying homage to that
That's
person.
fair. It's not like we were causing any destruction, though, or we didn't pee on any. That would have been...
You said, what if we peed on them?
Jokingly. I would never. Clarification. But yeah. Also what happened after that night, Jake and I were out driving last night.
That was such a brutal conclusion to that story.
Was it?
They got back in the car, and we drove away. Jake was begging to go back the whole night.
Yes.
It was very uncomfortable. I've still been scared.
And we're going to go back again.
Not scared, weirded out. Let me be clear. I'm not scared. I just think it's weird.
But you would agree to go back again with all of us.
Only if there's someone there that's more scared than I am. Weirded out.
Not scared.
Do you think Caroline would want to go?
Probably.
Honestly, I guarantee you Jesse and Lauren would want to go.
And there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Lydia and them would want to go. Jordan, those guys.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah, they would. It would be fun. But I've written down my notes car story.
Well, you don't just have that written down for any reason.
Well, it's kind of... It was so scary when it happened.
I woke up. I went to bed early this night.
Yeah.
I woke up in the morning and Wade goes, "I've got a story."
Yeah. Would you agree that it was kind of weird?
I'm scared listening to it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll tell it.
Get into it.
I'll
Detail.
get into it.
Not too fast.
Set
not
the
too
scene. Ready for it? I'm driving. This is about 1:30 in the morning, out in the country of northern Indiana.
I don't like the way you said that.
Country? You don't like country? Back where I'm from, this is how we say it. We say Washington, and we're from the country.
Okay.
That probably sounds weird, but that's how we say it down where I'm from. No, but we're driving in the middle of nowhere, 1:30 in the morning, and we see the cemetery sign. Obviously, we're not going in, but it says underground cemetery, historic land site. We're like, that's pretty sick. We're reading the sign. It's a big sign. I look in my rearview mirror and I see headlights come over the hill. I'm like, oh, we gotta go. Why is there someone on this road at 1:30 in the morning? I can't explain how far we're out. We're like in the middle of nowhere. There's like, every once in a while, there's a cluster of about 5 or 6 houses. But I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna speed up, turn off on the side road again. I'm going about 20 over, right?
So you're probably going about 50, maybe 60.
60, 65, 70.
Yeah, like somewhere in there, like you're not going slow.
No. This car is so far behind, and then immediately is literally on my tail within like 20 seconds.
So you think they were probably going 100?
They had to have been going fast, and then just right on my tail. And the thing was, this was a passable road. It was a dotted line. So they could easily pass. But no, they stayed behind me and were flashing our lights at us for a solid what felt like 3-4 minutes.
Flashing. That's scary.
Jake said they were going up and down hills, but then once it got flat, I could noticeably see, probably, that they were flashing. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So my heart's kind of racing. I've had a couple late nights, cemeteries, read a cemetery sign, out in the middle of nowhere. I'm pretty panic attacky type of guy in these situations. And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to pull into a random driveway. I turn my turn signal on, and I'm slowing down, obviously. I don't want to brake check this guy since he's riding my tail. And I slow down all the way, and I start pulling into this random house in the middle of nowhere to back up. As soon as I turn my wheel left to go in, this car behind me, a truck, and we notice it's a truck.
That's so much scarier.
So much scarier.
What color?
Black.
Oh. What brand?
We'll say GMC. Ford.
Chevy.
Okay. It was a black Chevy truck. I have my turn signal on left, turning my wheel to go in the driveway. They flick on their turn signal and start turning into the driveway too. And at this point, I'm like, oh my, we're about to die. This guy's following us into a random driveway.
How old is this truck?
It's fairly new.
Really?
Yeah. But I didn't get that good of a look, but the thing was, we're in the middle of nowhere. We're taking stats. The statistics of that house being his
that is, we're talking, what is the Z-score of that? Like, -8.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
That's like 0%. But my Fast and Furious skills just immediately go back on the road and drive far away, and then we don't see the truck again. We see an abandoned school, terrifying, thought we were going to get killed there. But then we drive back by the same house. We wanted to calm down a little bit and see if the truck was still there. And somehow, some way, the truck was still at the house.
So you got very unlucky enough that happened to be his
How
truck.
does that happen?
Unless he just
Unless he's murdering that family right now.
Oh.
Well, I don't want to. But yeah,
that's. I just want to know why he didn't pass you.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. He could so easily pass, and then it's pretty creepy.
He also could have, put his turn signal on earlier.
Yeah, he waited until literally I was turning.
Yeah, I wouldn't have liked that.
Yeah, it was pretty creepy.
I think in that situation, I would have, the second he pulled up on my tail, I would have very slowly slowed down until I was at a point that was nearly 10 miles an hour. So he'd have to either go around me.
That's what I was thinking about
or
doing.
park and get out of his car, and then I just whoosh.
That's what I was thinking about doing, but I didn't want to.
Take off.
Yeah.
I get it.
But yeah.
It's just weird because you're is he actually following me?
I know. That's what we thought. We were like, this guy might be following us. And then at Wendy's, when the weird guy was trying to get me in the bathroom to dance for him.
Thank goodness that you had me.
Thank goodness that I got friends around to keep me from getting in these sticky situations, because Lord knows I can't say no.
Now let me say, if he had done that to one of the girls,
boom, we hit him.
We would have destroyed this guy. It would have been very uncomfortable.
I have a hard time saying no to strangers when they ask me to do things. Not in any sexual way or anything. It sounds weird. But
Wait, you can't say something
but
like
you
that.
know what you people are picking up what I'm putting down.
I'm picking up.
I'm a very
Most of what you're
I'm a very
putting down.
optimistic person, so I think, oh, they got good intentions. He just wants to Facebook Live me and dance. That's what. It was weird. Weird
Oh.
times.
All right, to end this episode, we are going to do the quote of the day.
Oh, go for it.
The quote of the day, this is my quote so far. Not really. The hardest worker feels like the laziest, and the laziest feels like the hardest worker.
You want to say that again one more time, right into the microphone? Oh. The hardest worker
The hardest worker
feels the laziest,
feels like the laziest,
and the laziest
and the laziest
feels like the hardest worker.
feels like the hardest worker.
Good. That was good memory.
I've heard this multiple times, and it stuck with me because I think that through my progression in life, whenever I began to do something, whether that was exercise or I began to go to practices or I began to start to do something more, I started to get this image of myself in my head that wasn't accurate. But the more I did that thing, the more that image was destroyed because of how, like, let's talk about working out, for example.
Sure.
You work out, the first 3 times you work out, you're going to go tell everyone that you're working out all the time.
You're huge.
You're massive.
That's what I do with running. I
You-
tell a lot of people, hey, I'm running now.
Exactly.
I've only ran for like 2 weeks.
But realistically, you're not doing that much.
I'm not doing, 32 miles
You're-
in 2 weeks.
you
But
have
yeah,
run.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
But compared to other people,
And I haven't even been going for that long.
yeah.
But in 3 months, I could say that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But
we
in-
get what you're saying.
Yeah, but after like a year of working out consistently, I've just felt like that image of myself has been like completely put to shame. Like I don't view myself in any high esteem anymore. Like when I go to the gym, like it's almost bad because I think I look myself, and I'm like almost never satisfied with where I'm at because I feel like I don't work enough. Like I should be working more. Like I should be working out for
Like
2
you're
hours a day.
A workaholic.
Yes, but it's just interesting, and that's an interesting quote that stuck with me. Motivates me to want to work harder.
Yeah. You really like that quote.
Not
you
be cocky.
You got deep with us there.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
Well, and I've also been taking a lot of notes from Impulsive. They're great podcasters, #1 podcast in the world.
Let's not plug anyone else.
I'm always going to plug Logan Paul. He's awesome.
But yeah, no.
They
We'd
get
like
deep.
to do a quote of the day.
We're going to start bringing that in.
Yeah. We like to do things around here. We stay productive.
That's why
We
we're wearing
may-
ties.
We
Productive
guys,
working.
Guys with ties. We may be idiots. We try to be idiots sometimes.
Rhyme with idiots.
All right, I guess that's the end of our episode. Thank you for watching. You guys know the deal now. We're about to hit it. Change it up for me now. Yeah. Maybe idiots. What rhymes with idiots? No one knows because we are morons and we take our score on. We out here podcasting while you out here land casting. You may be fishing, but we dishing these rhymes, baby. Wade and Sexy Show for the win.